I can tell you right now, what I do, I'm not comfortable. I had a stuttering problem when I was a kid. You know, I didn't like my image. I didn't like how I looked. You know, I had this African head, you know what I'm saying? All that stuff I told. I know you're going to tell me to stop saying it. I'm just using it for an example. But what I'm trying to say is that God always going to put you in places where you're not comfortable, because if you were comfortable, there's no need for him. If you're uncomfortable, that means you're going to be always on the edge of your purse, like, God, I need you. For me to do what I do is a miracle. What I do, speaking the way I speak, the words I be saying, I be making up on the fly, right? So what I'm doing is very uncomfortable for me. I get very nervous when I do this. Sometimes I wake up and I'm like, what did I get myself into? I just can't stop this because I'm afraid. I can't stop this because I'm insecure. I got people that's like, but Josh, we need another message. Like, Josh, put another video. So what I did was, when I wrote this book, I said, okay, I can be behind the scenes. I wrote a book, put it on Amazon, I'm going to make some money, right? God said, I want you to start doing videos. I said, videos? See, God warmed me up for this here 2 years before I started this live. And so what I did was, I said, okay, what can I do with the means that I have? So what I did was, when God stripped me from Tulsa, Oklahoma, y'all know my story, I had nothing. Back in my mama's house, sleeping in the front, in the living room, had nothing. If you watch my early videos, I was skinny. I'm 280 pounds right now. I was 205 because of stress. God said, when you take your mom to work, because we only had one car, take a recorder with you. I'll drive my mom lived off Wilkerson Boulevard. Well, it's going on. My mom worked off not Wilkerson Boulevard, but W.T. Harris University. I lived all the way in Providence. I would sit there and drive and record myself as I was driving. It warmed my speech up. It got me exercising my gift. After 4 or 5 recordings, God said, do your first video. And I had no good camera. I said, God, I don't have a camera. A guy that goes to my church says, he works for Microsoft. He said, God told me to give you a camera. I said, oh, I guess I have to speak. I'm telling you, God will push you out there. God's like the mother bird. You know what I'm saying? He'll ruffle the nest to get you flying. If the nest is never ruffled, you'll never see how high you can fly. So what he did for me was he got me doing audio. Then he began to say, Josh, hey, I want you to do videos. Most of my videos I post online got 2 or 3 likes. No likes, no comments. But God said, keep going. And what I want to encourage you, Fallon, is this, is that no matter what you feel uncomfortable in, you will find a peace even in the midst of your discomfort. Because when I preach, I feel peace. That's why I be shaking. Y'all see me walking around over there fidgety. I got to go to another room and go pray because I'm nervous, because the real Josh don't want to do this. I love it, but the real Josh is nervous. But when the Holy Spirit speaks through me, I'm a different man in front. It was prophesied to me 4 years ago that when I started speaking, this is about maybe 5, 6 years ago, a man said that you will change in front of people. And when you change in front of people, that means God is using you. So when you sit on the platform, sometimes when I'm driving home, I'm like, what in the world did I say? Because sometimes you forget that you're being used. And when you're being used, you know for a fact only he gets the glory. Because if it was really me, I'll be stumbling over my words. I would have dropped the thing already. I would have done messed up and told you to go home maybe 2 hours ago. So to encourage you, warm yourself up first. Whatever your platform is, whatever you're called to do, whatever you feel like you need to do, scale all the way back to the smallest thing that you can do. If that means so tell me, we could talk, what is it that you feel like you're supposed to do? Okay, what? I just know that, for example, today, when we were all sitting here, I knew that I wanted to play a role in the skit, but I wasn't courageous enough to put myself out there to say, okay, well, I'm going to take the lead role. So I looked at her, and it's not that I just looked at you, but the Lord has given me. It's okay to be behind, yeah. Yeah. To even say, okay, well, Keisha, I think such and such. Or even just to ask the question in front of all of y'all, the question that I had today. I was shaking just to ask it out loud. Everybody. But you're doing good. Yeah. Look at you. You got, yeah. A little bit. Hey, man, I shake every time up here. But you have the body as far as the, what's the word? You have the mannerisms. You have the body language is what I'm trying to say. I know that sounded perverted, but you have the body language, right? You have it. So my thing is, what if you're called to be behind the scenes and you see the talent of others and you help people direct? That's a talent too. Yeah. But when you're a supporter, man, you may find yourself in the front. And what I'm telling you is that take baby steps. God doesn't get mad when you take baby steps. He actually appreciates the baby steps because you're proceeding with caution. If you're quick to jump out there, you're quick to say, I can do this without God, I'm going to just jump out here. But the fact that you are nervous shows that you have enough in your heart to say, you know what, God, I don't want to fumble what you have for me to carry. God, I don't want to mess up what you have for me to do. But don't feel discouraged because you're looking at a man who's doing this off the whim. And you're looking at a man who's doing this off the lead of the Holy Spirit. So you can actually do whatever God has called you to do. You have to believe in yourself. Moses went to the bush. He said, who should I tell the people sent me? And he said, I want you to tell them I sent you, right? And we go into the story where he said, well, you know, I'm nervous. I stuttered, God. And God said, who made your lips? Moses was in Pharaoh's house. You know how to speak if you're in Pharaoh's house. So he tried to use an excuse to eliminate him to be effective in bringing the people out. But God said, I already know that you got the ability to do it. I'm the one that made your lips. When you find the confidence that God is the one that gave me this gift, God is the one that gave me this talent, you can stand before anyone. I tremble every time I stand in front of a millionaire, a person who has the right to say yes, or who has the right to say yes or no. I don't care if they got a no in their spirit. By the time they talk to me, they will have a yes in their spirit. Because if God brings me to you, if I'm in myself and I develop the plan myself, I'm going to fail every time. But if I know for a fact, okay, God, before I go in this room, I need you. You will succeed every time. People look at me and be like, how do you do what you do? I say, lady, young man, it's a miracle. And every time you step out in the things of God, it's a miracle. You know, you're not alone. Do it. Start now. So I tell people, the moment you feel faith, act immediately. Because what happens is the Bible talks about when the word is sown on rocky ground, stony ground, thorny ground. It's talking about how when it's cast on the wayside, the birds of the air will try to come and pluck it up immediately. So right now you got encouraged. Right now you feel inspired. Right now you feel like you can go and take on the world. Right when you walk out that door, act immediately. Do it immediately, because if you don't do it immediately, your faith will go like this. You got to feed that faith. And the way you feed it is by acting. So I have to preach every week, because if I go 2 weeks without preaching, I feel dull. My words are jumbly. Start mastering your craft today. Start working on your craft today. I don't care if I don't know if you're supposed to write plays. I don't know if you're supposed to develop a blog. I don't know what it is that you're supposed to do. Start somewhere and then watch where the journey goes. And we're here for you. And that's what we're here to help you with. I tell people, I'm going to give you grace now. I'm going to give you grace. Because I'm going to warn every person. I'm going to warn every person in here. If you're around me, you're going to produce. If you're with me, you're going to produce. I'm going to pull, like Marquita, you remember those times you talked to me at the front desk? And now you done made some cakes and some pies and you want to start, we talked about your business. I don't care. If you're around me, you're going to get it done. But I'm not going to push you. I'm not going to make you feel like you can't do it or it's too much. I'm going to be like, man, I just want to hold you accountable. That's it. Because take as many baby steps as you need before you leap. Take as many baby steps as you need before you leap, okay? Next question, we'll get out of here in about 5 more minutes.